Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Za Nyimbo, and you already know which is Dolo. I mean, Alamo industry. They've been there before us. They've studied the game. They've done things. Others look up to them, and all of these things, you know. So today we have one of those like artists, you know, iconic. He has reimagined the Malawian sound and fused it with different genres. Talk of jazz, Afro jazz, you hear a little bit of reggae influences in there, and so many things. And this guy is none other than Malawi. He's in the building right about now. And big shout out to the homie Lawi. Welcome to the show, bro.
Thank you.
You know, it's been a long time coming.
I know.
We've been talking about this.
I know.
Dijeze anthu ambiri sazi wankhani zambiri baba. Amangoona kuti malume akusangalala, malume akutani, pamasakuza kuti where are we coming from?
Yeah.
You know, so first of all, I just want to congratulate you on your release.
Thank you.
The new album, My
Thank
Father's Land.
Thank you very much.
I feel like it's one of those iconic albums.
Thank you.
Yeah, 32 songs, right?
I know. Yeah.
We'll get into that.
Yeah.
But how are you?
I'm fine. I'm very good. I'm in a very interesting season of my life. Yeah. There's always room for doing better and more learning. Yeah, but I'm very good.
Thanks, man.
Yeah,
It's good to
very
see you like
How
this.
are you?
You are healthy.
I am. Yeah.
Yes, into Zukutega. Yeah.
Yeah.
Me, I'm fine also. I can't complain. I think as long as we're alive,
Yes.
we have another chance to do whatever we can do and to progress in life.
I'm glad to hear that.
So today we just want to talk about music, because this is a podcast about Za Nyimbo. So
Right.
just to celebrate artists, the producers, everyone behind the music.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think we do that a lot.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm glad that you're pushing that culture. Yeah,
Yeah, so
That's
that said,
yeah.
Lawi. You know, I just wanted to know, like, how do you describe your musical DNA?
Okay. Well, first, unique, because I believe you don't mention DNA without the component of uniqueness in it. So my sound is very unique. Unique to Malawi, because I am Malawian first, and Malawi has got a great level of influence towards the music that I do. The Malawianness in me has formed a man who is always eager to pursue the sound of Malawi, the traditional sound of Malawi, and present it to the rest of the world. But along the way, as you know, I am also learning to appreciate other cultures outside of Malawi. And whatever I find appealing to me,
To incorporate it
musically,
in,
yes,
yeah.
I will fuse it with our own traditional sounds here and come up with something interesting.
Yeah, I think for the longest time we've heard you. For people who follow your music,
Yeah.
they will know that there are elements of different cultures and genres in your music.
Yeah.
But I think for a person like me, I'd say your sound is described in the basin I go that way. I don't think there's any other guy that I've heard.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a banga produce sound the way you do.
Yeah.
You have you don't have a lot of elements in your music,
My music, yeah.
but it sounds full.
I am a minimalist. But yeah, okay, so the thing
Like,
is,
how do you manage to do that? Because
Yeah.
I think I've talked about this before with you, Kuti.
yeah,
Nyimbo zako sizimveka ndizibekere zambiri mbiri.
Right.
Zosokoza zambiri mbiri.
Yeah.
But it still sounds full.
right.
How did you find yourself pursuing
There.
that direction? Mpaka lero, it has never changed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll tell you this. Most of the times, what we hear is a reflection of the chaos that originate from the inside.
So you mean anthu amene amakhani nyimbo zawo zosokoza?
There's internal chaos.
What?
Yeah, and if you have not been able to manage your internal chaos,
It'll come out,
It'll come
even
out,
in your
then people will be
creativity.
able to see.
So you're saying that you have a calmness
Absolutely,
within you.
right from the inside.
but it's a calmness that is full.
And it's well organized as well.
That is powerful. I think that's
Yeah.
that's a good way of like explaining it, you know, because like I've heard like there's different genres like reggae,
Yeah.
over Afro jazz, like you hear a little bit of like even the deep cultural sound,
Yeah.
but there's still an element of calmness.
Coordination, a relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, for everybody, especially artists, right? Artists are responsible for bringing something new to generations, right? So, in your artistry, your responsibility is to ensure that you are bringing something that organizes or reorganizes the human mind, right? It would not be wise for an artist to bring about chaos. Yeah. Now, you can be an artist whilst being a human being at the same time.
Yeah.
A human being will belong to a community. The artist will also belong to a community. However, how these two interact with the community is very different. The human being is going to be a brother, a sister, an uncle, an auntie, a son, a child to parents, right? The artist can wear masks, right? So as an artist, you really need to also come to a place where you can separate the functionalities of the two personalities, right? Each one is called to a separate level of responsibility. Yeah. However, they come together at some point because art and humanity serve together.
True.
Yeah. So as a creative, you just need to come to a place where you say, whatever is in my heart, let it be as organized, as thoughtful, as considerate, as loving, as constructive. And then when you have put it together and you've polished that, present it to your community or to the rest of the world so that they can also find edification in that or through that, right? Yeah, it's a big responsibility, and not everybody can understand that. But
Yeah,
it's
I don't think a lot of artists, even audiences, like people who listen to this music,
Yeah,
can understand
Right.
what that means until they go back and listen.
yeah,
They'll start. Oh, this is what.
yeah.
So I think art is really linked to personalities.
A lot, a whole lot. Yeah,
And they Ababa Zibanga break down in a very interesting way, and it
Yeah.
actually attaches to that.
yeah,
So my next question would be, from a perspective of that, your art is very organized, but I don't think it's just that. There's more to it.
Right.
Because if you sit down with Antwakula Agulu, they'll
Yeah.
tell you, we know Lawi.
yeah,
If you sit down Daji Nyamada,
yeah,
like before camera,
Yeah.
there was a guy that I introduced you to. His name is Charles.
right.
And Amanaudi Awuziwa. And this guy is
Yeah.
coming from all the way
Chitipa,
Chitipa.
yes,
Oh,
yes.
Chitipa.
Yeah,
So palimadi stay naona kuti kwafusa bambwanga sawaziwa.
right.
But ndikafusa zalawe akumuzi walawe.
Yeah,
Achinyamara
Yeah.
akumuzi walawe.
yeah.
I just wanted to know, like with your authenticity and everything else, what responsibility comes with knowing when people are expecting you to release music that is really different from any other person out there because they know Lawi sound.
Yeah. Okay, so for me, the responsibility first is to ensure that the content is edifying. Yeah. I can decide to talk about many things. Life will inspire us differently, right? But I believe that it is always important to understand that at the heart of everyday activities are a struggling people. And as people struggle, what they're looking to find is a balance, how they can navigate through their everyday struggles, right? So I always ensure that my music first speaks to the heart of the listener and ensure that they find courage and edification through that. Yeah.
All right. I think that makes sense, considering the fact that you haven't lost touch, from like Sunset in the Sky,
Yeah.
30s, and now My Father's Land.
Yeah.
Why My Father's Land?
Okay, My Father's Land is a young man's perspective of the world from Malawi, right? In My Father's Land, I'm talking about different complex issues that affect us every day as Africans, right? But then I'm just speaking about all these things from Malawi as a location, right? Because
I like the fact that you said Malawi,
yes,
like boldly.
Yeah. So Africa is home for us, right? I've been across Africa in different countries, experienced the culture, shared the cultures of Malawi with those that I've interacted with. And I have found a commonality that we share in our cultures. Some things are not so different. The things that we do here in Malawi and the things that, for instance, we do or they do in Cameroon are very similar.
Straight.
Even the types of music.
Types of
Rhythm,
food, yeah.
Yes. Sometimes, like if you listen to the music of Cameroon, they have manganje in Cameroon.
Oh yeah.
Yes. You find the same here, and you know where it comes from, the southern part of Malawi, and it's very strong. It's rhythmic, and it holds you down. You go to Cameroon, and you find that, and it does the same thing, right? The only difference is the language.
Yeah, if you work like Georgia too,
either Yaoundé or Lingala in other parts or French, right? You'll see, Guti, there's great similarity. However, the other similarity for me is how we approach the idea of inheritance.
Straight.
Ku Africa unogo, if we have something that we receive from the previous generation as a blessing, is commonly land. Right? So, magolo atu, agwira ntchito, pensioni, mwina mulungu watenga, kapena akwatenga. Chinthu chimene amakhala kuti ali ndi pride kuti akhoza kuchitenga, ndikachipereka kwa mwana, kapena kwa ana awo, ndi malo amati ana inu, pakwanu ndi pati? Ndi apa. Right? That is an African thing. We do that here. Chilipo also ku West, azungu amapanga zimenezo. Inheritance yawo itama kutambasuka mosiyana.
True.
Koma kwa ife kuno kawiri chimakhala malo. So,
which necessarily means most times, not all the time.
Not all the time.
For young people that grow up, or elderly people, our fathers or our great granddads or moms, akakha akumva kuti omwewo apanga chinthu chofunikira pa moyo wa ana awo,
nkwapatsa malo okhalapo. Yeah.
Pamalo poti uzipatchulodi
pakwanu. I'll tell you this. Munthu amene ali ndi malo omwe angatchule kuti kwathu.
This is my life. This is where I come from. Yes.
Amapewa chitonzo moyo munomo. Chifukwa ena akhala parent. Koma parent paja kwa iwo mpaka ompati pamenepo. Kukada amapita pati?
Pamenepo.
Amadziwika kunena kuti mpaka ompatipo?
Ndi pamenepo.
Mufuna kwawo kuti akuti tiyeni kwawo. Ndikuti?
Ndi kumeneko.
Ndi parent. Koma ndi kwa ndani?
Ndi kwawo.
Right? It ceases to be pakwawo akakhala kuti asuntha pamalo paja akapanganso renti
nyumba ina olapera pamalo ena ola akakhala athamangisa.
Ndikuwuzeni parenti paja iwo akhoza kusankha kuti awete abaka
bwinobwino
mpakwawo. Akhoza kusankha kuti ndigule galu
pati
ndikhale naye pati
panopa
adzisamalira chuma changa cha pati
pamenepo.
Mwaona mpakwawo. Endi mtendere umene umakhala nawo ukakhala kuti uchokera pakwanu ndiwaukulu kwa basi. kuti wina wake abwere adzangwerekeza kupanga zopusa
atenge bakha ucha pati
hakwanupo
ayi
mwandimvetsera you defend chimene ukudziwa kuti mchako chapezekanso pakwanupo
true
right and zimene zozo ngati zikuchitika pa rent nanga kwa munthu amene no malowo ali
ake
oti anachita kupatsidwa ngati inheritance kapena anachita chogula you can imagine the strength of the connection between this inheritance or this possession and the identity that we hold ngati anthu because most of the times you'll find that if our land belongs to the north right is in the northern part of Malawi then we will adapt to the culture and the lifestyle and a lot of other factors will influence us.
True.
But we'll look like people from the north or sound like people from the north or behave like people from the north. Similarly, in the central part of Malawi, the central region, or in the south, we begin to do, if you come from Blantyre, if you live in Blantyre, amakunena nikuti ndinakuti aku
Blantyre
mukakhala kuti mupanga zina zake zokhudzana ndi mmene anthu akulilongo amapangira zinthu amakunena kuti ndina anthu akuti akulilongo.
True.
Mukakhalanso chimodzimodzi ngati anthu akunzuzu amakunena kuti
ndinakuzuzu.
Yeah, which means the lands that we establish ourselves in or where we come from or where we belong define us in some sort of way.
That will not
a huge contribution, right?
True.
So, I chose to speak about the album from the Malawian perspective because that's the best place that I can speak from about anything or about the idea of inheritance, so that the rest of the world can also understand what that looks like from the Malawian perspective.
That thing is very beautiful in how it captures the culture of Malawi.
Yeah.
The sound.
Yeah.
But also the relationship with the topics that are in that album.
Yeah.
If you're a Malawian, you'll probably pick up 2-3 songs and say, is this it in this magic?
Malawi.
My father's land.
Malawi.
Malawi,
yeah.
So, that said, at least you've given us a proper background, inspiration behind it, the concept. I want to know, what was the first song that you wrote in that album?
Okay. So I may not be in a position to remember which song. Yeah, because some of the pieces in that album are songs that I wrote many years ago. They're songs that are as old as 12 or 13 years in that album. Yeah. So I may be able to remember those kind of songs.
Yeah.
But as to when they were written, I may not remember. Yeah.
But No Money.
Yeah.
That song is, for me, when I saw it, I was like, finally.
Yeah. It had to mature.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean it had to mature? Because for me, if you asked me then,
you loved it still.
Yeah, I told it. I told it you.
Yeah. You told it.
I told it you, yo, this song needs to come out.
Yeah.
But then for some weird reason, you kept it and you saw it fit.
Many years.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it came
to
out
let
now.
it out now in this album.
Yeah.
Why? For me, I think that's the question that you didn't answer me.
Yeah.
Of course, it had to mature, but what does that mean?
Yeah. Okay, so but maybe let me try and paint a picture. I'll use the analogy of a builder, right? When you're building a structure or a wall, right? You're going to look for the finest of materials to put together that wall. And as you're doing that, you go through a meticulous process where you're picking and separating or setting aside materials that will be suitable for every part of that structure, right? I'm like that. I organize my stuff. I organize my mind. I organize the things that are coming out, and I always make sure that it's quality stuff that is coming out.
True.
there are some bricks that you have to place by the corner so that the strength of a structure
Ikhale yolimba.
it has got it carries the quality or the character that is required for that kind of structure, right? So, similarly, I would also look at pieces that need to hold the structure together. They're not necessarily by the corner, but they need to be somewhere and add to the strength of the whole structure, right? So my selection process will look into different components of our humanness, right? The things that excite us, the things that depress us, the
True.
things that make us courageous, the things that drive us low.
Yeah. The things that inspire us to go.
Then I'll always look at something and look at the reverse. Something and then the reverse. Something and the reverse. And see how I can properly strike a balance, or how I can formulate a formula which is going to be helpful for somebody who's going to be spending their time of their life to listen to what I'm offering.
That is it.
Yeah.
I wish a lot of artists like had the same mindset towards selecting songs, but also the patience that comes with it. If you are like not careful, you can release something at the wrong time.
Yeah, of course. Absolutely.
Yeah. So for you to just be in a place where you just close your ears and eyes and say, you know what, I'm going to release it when I feel like the time is right, and for you to be like, this is it. Ikalemu album ya My Father's Land.
That's about, yeah.
Which means there's a possibility kuti kuli nyimbo zina zimene munazilemba inuyo mwina zaka sizinatuluke zingodikira.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I want to understand kuti 32 songs zimene wapanga choose panopai.
Yeah.
Which is also something weird and different from a lot of artists. Decided to give us 32 songs, like, you know, ngati kuti nyanya. But tiento.
Yeah.
What was the idea behind 32 songs?
Okay. I take
before when I got Thomas Sinira, I wonder, and it looks like 7.
Yeah.
Kina go 7.
Yeah.
Kuri it's a matter 3 years. The carried at least that was some projects. And we want to 32 songs at one go.
Okay, so it's a good thing that I'm speaking to somebody who knows me very well. When I work in the studio, I will have multiple ideas, right? The thing is, you having an idea is great, okay? But not every idea is for the public.
True.
Right? But also, you as an artist need to come to a place where you understand that perfectionists usually suffer the pain of hoarding. Yeah, you hoard things, and it's bad. Yeah, you need to learn the art of understanding time as well.
True.
Yeah. So whatever I have produced now, when should be a good time for us to put it out? Right? Sometimes you can work on an idea for a week, and it needs to come out.
True.
Immediately, right? Sometimes you can work on an idea over time, months, years, sometimes, with you giving yourself the opportunity to understand when is the right time for you to put that out, right? How I get to 32 songs is saying, okay, I have taken a long time to put out music, and there's a demand for the music. So let me ensure that, because I'm also busy now.
Yeah. We'll get into that.
As I'm busy, let the audience enjoy the music, and maybe by the next time that I'm trying to put out something new, well, they would have finished, or at least
they
enjoyed.
they had
have created an experience through listening to that album, because if I put a few songs, I'm sure that would also call me to come back out sooner.
Understood. Like, have you ever had someone write a song for you?
No.
Have you ever written a song for someone?
Yeah. I have written songs for many people. I've written songs for Malawian musicians. I've also written songs for international musicians. Yeah. In Malawi, I had the privilege to write music for a huge icon, the late Lucius Banda.
Wow.
Yeah. There's a song called Ntungululu. I produced it. I also wrote it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who else have you ever like worked with on that level? It can be Malawi or international.
Internationally, I've done music for Musa in South Africa.
Is it Musa Keys or what?
No, Musa Idols.
Yeah.
The Idols judge. Yeah, and many other South African musicians.
So this is like production and words and lyrics.
Yes.
You know, like if you ask some people, they would say Lawi is in the same league in Garajina Wambali, Janjani.
Yeah.
In terms of where you go or where you take your music, or who consumes the stuff that you put out.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say is your songs are not just for Malawi.
Yeah.
You know, someone else can listen to them outside of the country and be able to say there is art here and to pay attention to that. And I think Wambali did a great job.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
His music was played like globally because of the excellence that was in there, the choice of instruments, how it sounded.
Mte was Malawian
very
first.
authentic.
Yeah.
You know, so when you hear comments like that, you know, because I've heard a lot of people say stuff like that.
Yeah.
Do you put yourself in that level, or you're driving your own path that is inspired from these legends? I want to hear from you. What are you trying to achieve musically?
Okay, so I think I'll come back to the point that I had made earlier. You can love something, you can like something, but you cannot be that thing, right? So in as far as I love and appreciate the music of Malawi through Mte, demonstrating it, but I cannot be Mte, right?
Facts.
The best I can be is myself. So what I strive for is to bring the sound of Malawi through my lens. Yeah, share my gift, and the world will know. Because you see, if you can hear an Indian man or woman singing and you know they are from India, you will know when a Malawian is singing.
Which means when a Malawian is singing and we are not sure, where is this guy from?
And it's something odd about that, right? Because, okay, music is simple. And I believe that it is meant to represent where it truly comes from.
Yeah, that's why they call it like one of those universal languages that we have. It's music.
Yes. If you're Malawian and you're doing something that is not Malawian, the world will also know.
That from.
As a matter of fact, I always give this example. I cannot do something that is authentically South African better than a South African.
Facts. Right?
If the Zulus are going to dance their traditional dances as Zulus, my brother, I'm Ngoni. I'm not going to beat them at Zulu dance.
Straight.
But if they come to Malawi, or if they look at Malawi, they shine a light over Malawi and say, how does the Ngoni
in Malawi do
it?
Straight.
I will show them, and they will understand the pride of Malawi through that experience, right? So I love Mte. I appreciate Mte's music. He was a father to me. We shared a very good relationship. He inspired me. He also did a lot of great things for me.
True.
He exposed me to the world. There are certain concerts that he was supposed to play outside of Malawi, and he sent me to those concerts outside of Malawi, I mean, for me,
That is
it
a
was,
big thing.
it was
Yeah,
great. It's
yeah.
a big thing.
So I hope you're having young people coming through asking you how like they can also maybe channel their art into a direction where they can be identified as authentic.
Yeah.
Because now, like recently, you've started like doing a lot of like posts and talking about the things, your processes,
Engaging with people,
what you're doing. Because you've been private for the longest time.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
all of a sudden, boom.
Yeah.
You know, people are following what you're doing.
Yeah.
You're calling yourself Malume.
Yeah.
You know, you've got 2 dogs. We know these things. Three now. You've got 3 dogs.
Yeah.
And then one of the things that I wanted to ask was like how you kept your relationships private, and then now you just decided to like
come out.
You know, and you actually did a song. Which is out there right now. People should go watch it. It's out there. And you had your lady, your lady showed up in there as a model, and it was all over the place.
Yeah.
So what made you decide to like, you know, come out now and start putting your other side of life out there?
Okay. So this is what I meant when I said when humanity meets artistry. Yeah, when the personalities, when the two personalities come together, it's a beautiful thing always, right? But it needs to be carefully thought of, because sometimes if not used well, it may give a whole different negative picture, right? The thing is, as a man, I have learned through life lessons. I have grown to become who I am today. I have been understood, misunderstood. I have been shaped and reshaped by the processes of every day. Through the experiences, I have maintained an identity, and I hold true to certain values and principles and traditions. What has been the greatest challenge there is understanding how this and that could be combined, and how this could be now presented to the rest of the world. There was a certain time in my life when, as young as I was, I could not be speaking about relationships because maybe I wasn't done exploring.
Yeah.
Maybe I was not too sure about where I was. Maybe the decisions that I had made at the time had not convinced me yet to say this is the right time or this is the right place for me to do this, right? I believe in processing things well. Yeah. Depending on how much time I have, I would prefer to sit over something and let it simmer and process and also mature.
True.
Yeah. That translates in many areas or aspects of my life. Yeah.
Is that one of the reasons why you did that song?
Like with my lady?
Yeah.
Most likely.
Yes, because I feel like when you listen to that song, it really sounds like you are singing it to her.
Yeah, but okay. How better or how best can one speak about love than speaking about it from a position of experience?
True.
If you are experiencing it, talk about it, right? I don't want to talk about love because I felt like I can just write about it. No, I want to speak about it because that's how I feel. It bears a true image that way.
And I think now that you said this, if I rewind, you know, searching into your archives in my head, I don't think there's ever been a love track from you other than this one. And Mawa. Gatimawa.
Yes.
These are like the 2 love songs that I can remember off the top of my head that I feel like you've released to the public.
But this is also music that has happened at a time when I have my lady.
Yeah.
In that way, in that context, right?
So you're one of those artists who writes from a place of experience, though. You experienced it, and I want to talk about it.
I let life inspire me.
Yeah.
Yeah. not that everything that I talk about is my own experience.
But
That should
there
not
are
be
experiences
misunderstood.
from your end
Yeah.
and other people around you or the environment around.
Yeah, there are certain things there are other experiences that are not my own, but maybe people have shared with me those, and I adapt. That's also the other thing. Kuti, as a creative, sometimes you, as I said before, view things or the world from other people's lens, right? And it's you having the ability to step in that position and speak about something eloquently that it translates better to whoever is going to be listening to that.
Yeah.
For
True.
them to pick out the lessons, the good things, the important things. Yeah.
Before we go deep into the album, I just want to ask you like interesting questions that I
Okay.
feel like would make us know more about maybe your journey as an artist.
Yeah.
So first of all, what is the biggest show that you've ever done?
The biggest show.
Yeah.
The biggest show is yet to come. The biggest show is yet to come. And it's coming very soon.
Shout out. So yeah.
Yeah.
You heard it first here. The biggest
Yeah.
show is yet to come.
It's yet to come. Yeah.
Biggest event that you've ever attended?
I've attended global events where other performers are performing. I've been to a Jay-Z and Beyonce concert. Yeah. I mean, multiple other events. Yeah. Very inspiring stuff.
One of your best artists in the world? I think mention 5.
Sheesh.
In the world.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think when we say the best, in my from me, it should be understood that these are just people that I love, my personal preferences. Not that they are being pitched against anybody. Yeah. But I've enjoyed music from Michael Jackson over the years. I've also enjoyed music from Bob Marley. Yeah. I've enjoyed music from Lionel Richie, who I believe sits at the heart of music. And he has also dedicated his life to shaping the sound of the future through different platforms. Idols is one of them. And he constantly gives his time to that. And
he gives back.
That's impactful, right? I've also enjoyed music from Dr. Dre. Yeah, he continues to amaze me.
Yeah.
How he has maintained his
position as a pioneer and a legend.
Yeah.
And he's still out there as one of the biggest voices and producers. That's respect right there.
Yeah. So there's one more left, right? I've also appreciated the music of Yosundo.
Yeah, biggest man out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think people can mention about Africans who've done it in the music industry in terms of authenticity without that name.
Yeah.
That is just a foul list. If you have a list,
absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, my biggest African artist, and you don't mention that guy. Yeah.
The Yusu is
He's one of those guys.
He's great. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Amenyere. So many can say that.
No. I didn't see that one coming.
How did you come from Amenyere Kugu
Yeah.
to, the Lawi that time was a rapper, and like you were exploring.
I rapped, yeah.
You rapped and
Quite
you
a
explored
lot.
so many sounds,
Yeah.
hip hop.
Yeah.
What changed?
I think there are things that are hidden inside of us,
Yeah.
which will call us to acknowledge them at all times. However, there's a specific time in life when that battle is won by whatever it is that is fighting us from the inside. Yeah? Sometimes you can win sometimes it can win.
True.
It won.
It won.
It won. Because maybe what I was pursuing then was from the influences as a young person, from the influences of my surroundings, my peers, right? But there was now something that was attached to my purpose, which God had instilled inside. And it was
I like the fact that you machula the purpose.
Yeah.
I think most artists, I'm a misaga element.
Purpose.
Once you discover your purpose, most of these things will be easier for you. Because ukayamba ubanga pesu zimena ubanga muntu wina wage kumazoona ngakudi iwe zimene sofuna ubanga. Mpamene umaluza the plot.
Okay, I'll tell you this. I am a believer. I'm a man of faith. I am a Christian, right? And through the study of the Word of God, I have learned that for a man who has not yet figured out what they are called unto, what their purpose is, they'll struggle in life. Because what God has called you unto, what is defined as your purpose, God has made a provision for, right? So it doesn't mean that you're not going to go through the experience, and the experiences could be both good and bad, right? But God will make a way. When we say God will make a way, God will make a way over things that He has ordained.
On you.
What is yours? So there are other people who are called to become leaders. Leaders in the community, leaders as family. You can start there as a father or as a brother or whoever. You can also come out to lead in the church. You can lead in your community as a counselor, mfumu, whoever. You can lead as a mayor. You can lead as a president. Yeah, but this is what God has called you to do. Understand that always God has made a provision already. And this is there evident in Scripture, because every man that you see who has been called by God to do something, God made the provision for that.
Straight.
Right? So it doesn't stop. Siguti ngati Mulungu anapanga call Adam into the earth and gave Adam a mandate, then it expires at Moses or at Abraham, or
it keeps going.
It keeps going. God made a provision for Adam. God made a provision for Abraham. God made a provision for Moses. God made a provision for David. God made a provision for me, my forefathers, their forefathers, and everybody. For us to get here, we have been provided for. And every man who understood their purpose survived and procreated and supported the future generations because of that decision to understand, acknowledge their purpose, and feed that purpose with everything that they have.
Kuona mawa ajamana kuti osadandaula za mawa.
Mulungu
ngati ndikupasa mbalame.
Mawa za mawa.
Iyo kudandaula chani.
Zoka.
Iyo kudandaula.
Chimena matanthauza iyo chonena kuti. Nangase amadziwa anazoona kali zinthu zija iyo jamakhala kunja kwa nthawi. Inu ndine tili mkati mwa
time.
Right? So being that we live inside of time and he's outside of time, he understands that there's going to be a need for provision for this person who has acknowledged my call or their purpose for existence. As a part of assurance, let me just go and let them know to not worry. It is all figured out. It is already made present for them. When they need it, they'll get it.
Nde chimene chinapangisa kuti inu mulembe amenyere. Chimene chinapangisa kuti inu mulembe amenyere nthawi imenechi. Ndi chani?
Ndimamvera music yosiyana ya underground ya ku America. Then ndikayang'ana kwathu kuno ndimene ndikodi ine amene ndingamvere opanga zimene anthu aku America akupanga ndi uti ndesi ndimamuona ayi. Maona chifukwa nthawi imene timapanga zimene zichazo zikunali kuti panali anthu ochepa amene amapanga hip hop.
Iwe alifera panga zinthu.
Nthawi imene jayo kunali achina real elements. Akuimba akuoneka pa
ma channel
television nde kunali aphofo
apofomoka
akuchita zochitika nde kunali
achina baiwero ndi azinzawo
chioni nde kunali achina bare 1 akupanganso zinthu nde kunadzabweranso achina basement nkumapanganso zinthu koma chimene niyo lero mungandifunsire zokhudzana ndi nyimbo imeneyi chifukwa kuti nyimbo ija inali yosiyana ndi nyimbo
inali yosiyana kuti munthu uyu akuganiza chani amene nkhuku amenyere pamene pachapa panaenda nkhuku uyu inalipodi inapangati inspire zina zake.
Okay, so for me it was an expression of joy because the song calls you to, the lyrics call you to step out, either walk with the limb, express your joy.
So amenyere kankuku is basically walk with the limb, go out there and Do you remember the lines? Like,
not much.
Four lines of your first verse.
I say. So I'll tell you this.
Yeah.
Over the years, I've really been tempted to write hip hop music.
Because I was about to ask that question. Okay, are we ever gonna hear that Lawi again, though? Or how are you planning on expressing that side of you? Because it's still there.
It's still there. That's the thing. It is still there. We grow old, but our love for certain things most of the times remains. Yeah. You can still, like, I still listen to hip hop now. You can still find me listening to hip hop music.
I know there's songs of hip hop in. I was looking forward to hearing it in this album, but you haven't released it.
I know. Maybe someday. Let me say, let me say that. Maybe someday. But also, what I look for as a creative now is kuti ndimakhala ndikumvetsera anthu a hip hop akwathu kuno, right? Then manena kuti okay, uyu akupanga izi motere, akumveka motere. Kodi ameneyo nditamuyika pakuti zingamveka mwantu bwanji, right? Because truth is, ineyo ngakhale ndimakonda hip hop koma sine artist wa hip hop.
Yeah.
Right? I'm a jazz musician, right? So ngati tingakhale kuti ndatenga nyimbo kuitulutsa nde nyimbo ikhale kuti ili ndi hip hop, ndifuna kuti mukhale munthu wa hip hop minimum. Okay? Koma munthu wa hip hop asakhale wachibwana.
Asakhale wachibwana.
Ayi. Asakhale kuti so akuyesa zinthu.
Ayi, iyeyo ndi chimene ali.
Singopanga sindingopanga ifa kuti ndikufuna kuyesa ayi. Okay, remember I've been there myself.
You've
so if you're coming, if you're going to come with something that's going to add value to
what I
you know what I mean? It could be something that I can do, but at least show or prove to me that this is something that the world really needs to know, as something that a man like me can also present to the rest of the world.
Though that said, which hip hop artist would you like to feature, like in one of your songs? So are you enjoying their art right now?
Okay, so
you don't have to mention one. Yes.
This week, actually, I really thought of David, Pastor David Kalilan.
Shout out.
I thought about him a lot. Yeah.
I was with him actually in Blantyre. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
So I heard that he's back from the US.
He's back from the US, 1, 2. He's back in the studio. So maybe,
Okay, maybe I should.
So maybe you guys should.
Okay, you know,
because I feel like you guys have also, like, in terms of music.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys have created classics.
Yeah. So the thing is, over the years, I had a bigger expectation for Pastor David's music. I hoped that he was going to put out some more music.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I'm yet to find out why he hasn't. And over time as well, I have thought about some pieces that really would be great if he put them out.
Wow.
Yeah. Now I'm as a producer, that is, right? Yeah. I this week thought about him because I was writing a song, and as I was writing that song, I kept hearing his voice on that song. Yeah. He is my favorite rapper.
Shout out.
In Malawi. Yeah.
He's a gifted rapper. In fact, I think he's a gifted artist. Let's just put it that way. You know, David is one of those artists that he has even...
Koma ndimaona ngati amanyada.
Muuze iwe.
Ndi munthu onyada kumasa. Chifukwa ndi mphatso yake. Ndiye amanyada.
Nene ndamuza zomwezo. Tawe na kodi ndi jani?
David ndi amanyada.
Kodi ndi jani iwe isuguruse nyimbo chifukwa jani?
Okay.
I'm
yet to, as I'm saying, I'm yet to understand
why.
Yeah.
And then next dinena zifuka zimena nduze yoga zimvira we.
Oh.
Okay. Koma panopa chimene uzanjori, he's back in the studio.
Right. Oh, I can't wait to hear what he's up to.
He's really looking into like recording more songs.
Okay.
So maybe you guys, when you have a chat.
When I speak to him, I hope that we should be able to discuss doing a song together.
True.
And doing a video for the first time.
Shout out.
Yeah.
In fact, it's mezo zikachitika. Video ndibanga sponsor ndi.
Hallelujah.
Ndinene zili. Abuzwane. Video ndibanga sponsor.
Ineyo ndimathokoza Mulungu because of his, as I said, provision. See, purpose, eh? When you pursue purpose and it is God-driven purpose, provisions like this just come. Because now you're here, you're saying you'll take care of that. Chimene matanthauza ndi chimene George. Kuti ukakhala ukupanga zinthu zoti wakutumayo ndi Mulungu ndithu umulungu uli chimenecho. Iye amaonetsetsa kunena kuti iweyo usakakhalenso munthu wapakalapakala ayi kumayang'anayang'ana mwayi kuti chimenecho chiteke.
Yeah.
God does not give you a gift kuti ikhale chitonzo pa iweyo.
True.
True. God will not make you a musician so that you can be the poorest of all musicians.
Abanga provide for.
He will provide for. Chitonzo icho chizibwera no ifa chazisankho za iwe. Chiziganizo za iwe. So as I listen to music in Malawi now, right? There have been many other younger voices, right? But I think a lot of them are learning from Hyphen.
Yeah.
I see that constantly, and I would like to just acknowledge his impact as well and his contribution towards shaping the hip hop scene. He's not somebody who puts out music every day, but whenever he does, you see that there's jubilation over that.
True.
And his creativity and influence is really great.
I saw you with Fredo Kiss.
Right.
In Parliament.
Yeah.
I think, was it at Parliament or when, I think orientation week, right?
Yeah.
Unapanga post with mchana, you know, like you guys were happy to meet each other, and I'm sure you guys had like a conversation when it comes to politics and how things are moving in the political world in Malawi. I wanted to understand from a perspective. Have you ever thought of like running for MP, minister, or like involving yourself into politics?
Okay, so first, before I respond to that, let me tell you something about Fredo. Man, Fredo is cool. Like I don't know. Okay, so if you ask me, perhaps of a list of my coolest people in Malawi, I'll tell you this: Fredo is right at the top of that list.
Straight.
Yeah. Not only that, but he's also a man of a very strong mind.
True.
Yeah. He's somebody who's ndi munthu wopsa kwambiri. Mfana wa nzeru, mfana wa conviction, mfana wa principle, maso ni mfana wa gerazo.
Zinthu zimene wachilazo ma characters amene ndosowa mwa chinyamata.
Wamva? Yeah. He's very well put together.
Straight.
Right? So zimene zonse zimene ineyo ndingathe kukuwuzani koma nopaliso zimene ineyo mungathe kundiwuza.
Ngati
chimaso hip hop osati masewera.
Ndi hip hop yo mejo.
Geto. Waona? Now, I've had the opportunity to interact with the man, the politician, and the artist, right? In our different conversations as leaders within the different communities that God has placed us in, I have spoken to him, and in my capacity as a politician myself, because you cannot be Lawi without being a politician.
You are very political, poetic, because you do follow like current trends and what's happening.
Yeah,
and
also a lot of my friends, not just in Malawi but across the world, are politicians.
True.
Also. Yeah.
True.
That does not mean that I have been actively participating in politics, because I think for the past years I focused on the music politics, right, or the politics within the music or the art space. Yeah. However, I'm seeing that my responsibility is also growing bigger and bigger, and it is calling me into the other space, where through my interactions, because I'll give you an example. Politicians who are not artists will not understand the needs of the artist, right? Unless the artist is able to articulate those issues and present them to the other politician, and put them down in a form or format that is easily understandable for them, so that these things could be put into policy and then laws, right? So it is a responsibility for people like me and everybody else who has come to that level, in that place in life, where serving the community is beyond your own gift.
True.
Yeah, your own gains, right? I'm not going to be running for office through a constituency, because that's not my path. I would not want that. If people would ask me to help, I would want to help, because I'm in that. I'm capable of doing that. I'm also in that place where I can do that.
Yeah.
Even now, I can reach out to the right people and ask for help for people within different communities. I do that anyway.
True. Yeah, you do that anyway. Yeah.
I've done that for a very long time over the years.
You do charity.
Yes.
You go out there in the communities.
From my existence in Malawi.
Yeah.
And I don't think that being an MP is the only way that I can be impactful or fruitful in that way. However, there are certain things, yes, that will make me consider my schedule or my position, and let's say, for instance, if a ministry would call me to assist in a specific way,
you
have to consider that. Not
take it, but consider. You
consider. Yeah, if it's something that I can do
in your capacity, and
if
it's in line with your purpose.
Yes,
definitely,
absolutely. Yeah, I would like to add value. Sometime also, if I can just offer my input as a consultant,
perfect.
I'd also love to do that.
You know, I served the government for the past 2 years.
Right.
And to be honest with you, I was privileged to be in the presence of different people, but also at the same time learning the gap that has been created,
right,
in terms of like the age difference.
All right.
So we have a lot of like elderly people making decisions, and we have a lot of young people,
right,
looking up to the elderly and waiting that maybe the decisions that they're going to make will favor them.
Us.
But at the same time, we don't see a lot of young people taking steps like Fredo Kiss, Love C, Ajina Skefawa.
Yeah.
So for me, the question has always been, why are we not pushing to be in those positions? Because the moment will come, you know, for us to complain, to talk about changes that we're not seeing, but the answer will always be the same, because we are not there to make the decisions with these people, or to say, if you make that decision, it won't favor my fellow young people down here.
Yeah. Okay. Zimene ndira nene pano. Mundimvetse bwino.
Tenazo.
I feel like this is a very important question. And as important as it is, my hope is that the answer is also well understood. There are two things that I'll share with you. Number one is gatekeeping. Now, did you pass gatekeeping yet? There are people who are already in positions and they know that in those positions, there's a need for fresh blood or somebody who would think differently so that they can add value, right? And they'll protect that space because maybe the absence of that fresh blood or somebody new will safeguard their benefits or continue feeding them. Yeah? And things are going wrong in the meantime. They amakomerera. Okomererawo amakhala okomerera ifo yino kuti kusapezeka kwa munthu watsopano wachinyamata.
Kwaonesa kuyaluka kwawo. Nkhani yake ndi imeneyo. Kwaonesa kuti iwo ntchito sakuigwira.
Akabwera wachinyamatayo adzapezeka kuti hati yalutsa panopa. Akapezeka wachinyamatayo ndekuti mwina ifeyo tioneka kuti tipite ku pension. Kapena akapezeka wachinyamatayo ifeyo takula tidzakamba nkhani za mtundu wanji pamalo pano. Zioneka ngati office ino njaji bwana. You know? But on the flip side, there's also a failure for the younger generation to foster good relations between themselves and the elderly. Chifukwa anthu akuluakulu achi ali ndi lifestyle yawo, kachitidwe kawo ka zinthu kosiyana ndi zokonda zawo. Ndiye inuyo ngati achinyamata mukungodziyang'ana nokhanokha mtimagulu mwanu mukulephera kuti mucheze ndi anthu akuluakulu. Ndiye mukapanga bwanji instill trust mwa anthu akuluakulu kuti akhoza kukusiyirani inuyo mwayo kuti mupange ziganizo pena pake, mupange influence ziganizo zoyenera. Because anthu akuluakulu aja sakukudziwani. So sangakupatseni utsogoleri kapena sangakupatseni mwayo onena kuti mupange chinthu china chake ngati sakukudziwani.
Ndipo izo ndizona.
Chifukwa sakudziwa kuti kuthekera kwanu ndikotani. So ndi udindo wa achinyamata amenewo kuti achinyamatawo adzitha kukwanitsa kucheza ndi anthu akuluakulu. Komanso anthu akuluakulu ajanso akwanitsenso kucheza ndi anthu ang'onoang'ono kuti pakhale kuthekera kodziwana. Kuti ikafika nthawi yonena kuti koma pakufunika munthu oti apangeza kuti
kupasana ma responsibility kusavute. Vuto lilipo ndili. Ilo ndi vuto limenelo. Ilo ndi limenelo. Ine naona vuto litiro.
Limenelo. Komatu inezo ndisangalatsa kuti ukutere. Chifukwa iweyo unali mboma. Unali ku State House. Ndiye kumeneko ndiudziwa kuti experience yako ndi yabwino. Ndiyoyenera.
Ine ndaphunzira zimenezo. Chifukwa ineyo sindingakhale pano pandu wachinyamata. Nkumuza kuti asamaganize zokafika kumene kuti. In fact, achinyamata ambiri ziganiza zokafika kuti.
Kumene koko.
Kumene kuchako tikafikeko. Chifukwa chona kuti ngati sitikafikako our voices sakhalako. Our influences sakhalako. Chifukwa ine tunapita kumene kundikakamera kakang'ono. Kamene makaderera m'maso mwawo kuti.
Ali iwe upanga zimenezi
ndi kamera kamene kakangapanga zofunikira pamuzi pa. Because ndinali mmodzi mwa achinyamata oyambirira kupita kumalo kumene kuchako ndikukajambula ndi kakamera ngati kamene koko. Koma chimene chinasinthitsa anthu maganizo kuno kangati zinthu zinasita ndi product imene tinatulusa ndi kakamera kameneko. Which means achinyamata ambiri tikuyenera kukaonesa zimene wanenazo kuno kuti nanga munthu akupasani bwanji responsibility ndi mphamvu.
Kodi ine ndekuti ndikaonetsa bwanji kumeneko zimene ndikunena zikuti anthu akuluakuluwa. Chifukwa anthu akuluakulu ajatu sikuti amangokhala ku office.
Amapezeka m'malo osiyanasiyana.
Kunyumba, amakhala kunyumba. Ena amapita ku chalichi. Ena amapezeka m'malo osiyanasiyana. Nkhani ndiyongonena kuti dziwani anthu amene mukuwafunawo, dziwani kuwapeza kwake.
True.
Basi mukawapeza, pangani ubwenzi. You know what I see a lot of young people make as a mistake? Is to come very entitled.
Siwo oyamba kukamba zinthu zimene zozo pamuzi.
Mukabwera mukufuna kuti munthu akuthandizeni. Munthu uja sikuti ndekuti kumene akuchokerako angoyenera kuti akuthandizeni.
Apakeza inu.
Fa ineyo simukudziwa kuti iyeyo udindo wake ndi otani, ndi wakulu mwa mtundu wanji. alipo anthu lero lino ndikunena lino adzuka ndi anthu ochita bwino m'makomo mwawo koma chimene achita iwo nkungosamalira azibale awo onse mafoni osatha koma chonsecho pakhomo pawo pakuyang'ananso iwo omwewonso kuti achitepo kanthu kena kake kuti khomo lawo lonso moyo uyende ndiye mungakumana ndi munthu oti mukudziwa kuti ndi munthu wakuthekera kuti akhoza kuthandizana chomwe mungachite chophweka nkuonetsa kuti mungopanga ubwenzi kapena ubale pakhale kuthekera kuti tsiku lina lakenso mukhoza kudzampezanso munthu kuti
ameneyoyo
mukhoza kumuimbira foni ka mukhoza kumutumizira uthenga ndi kucholinga chonena kuti ngati lero angakhala ali mwina ndi munthu wolemedwa chifukwa cha nkhawa zosiyanasiyana za moyo koma tsiku lina lake akhoza kudzakhala ali wapepukidwa adzakukumbukirani kapena akhoza kuthandizana chimene chocho nchambali zonse ziwiri anthu akuluakulu apange zimenezo ndi achichepere apange zimenezo ndi anthu akuluakulu
nzeru zokhazoka makoleji mamati nzeru izo nzeru ndiyeni wafuna ndifunse nazakhala ndi mwayi wina wake nachesako ndi brother wako Chozizwa anandiuza za mmene munapangira nyimbo ya Hallelujah,
right?
You know, which is one of the most interesting examples zijanimanazo unoti uli ndi kuthekera kotenga idea ya munthu ndikuyikamo Lawi
chabwino
kuti Lawi yosamveke muti mmene chifukwa iweyo udakali pati ngati mwapanga ubale okay ngati idea yako ili ibweseni wayo mfonene ndeinenso ndipezekemo mmene
fusion
ndanandiuza kuti nyimbo iyi itapita kwa Lawi inayenda ma stage awa kuti mumveke zimene mumamva zija. So sikwenikweni iwe kukuona kupanga ma feature ndi anthu koma ndimadziwa kuti ukapanga feature ndiye kuti pali ndithu something china chake chilipo. Should we expect more of these features with people like Chozizwa, who is your brother and is also very vocally great, like production also is amazing. And some people didn't know actually kuti he's your brother. What can you say about like the future with you doing features or music with people like him?
Okay, so I've done features recently with Malawian musicians. One of the youngest musicians that I've done a song with is Eli
Njuchi. Amuje
mfana wopya wambi. So I'll tell you, Eli in my experience is a true musician. He loves something enough to do it well. He does not rush the process. And I think that is something that also caught my attention. He had first come to me as a musician who we were in the studio and he wanted for me to do something for him. But then through that experience, I decided to say, let's do something together. And when I said, let's do something together, he said, can I share with you an idea? I said, yes. Then he said, I have a song that I would like to sing for you. Then I said, okay, sing it. And he sang it. And that song is Amuje.
What? That's how it came about?
I did not write that song. Eli wrote the song and asked me to have that song. He gave me that song. He said, Malume, ine nyimbo iyi ndakhala ndikuyiganizira koma nyimbo iyi ndi nyimbo yanu nde ndikukupatsani nyimbo imeneyi.
Wow.
Namuza kuti inetu iweyo zimene tachita ndikuyika pa nyimbo iti
pamenepo
imeneyi tiye tiyimbe nyimbo. So I produced the song, but it is a song that was entirely written by Eli Njuchi. I wrote my verse, I added whatever I needed to add, but it is a song that he wrote.
Wow, man.
You
know, like these are the stories that I feel like we need to share.
So to answer your question, yes, I'm looking to do more of that because, I mean, Eli is very, very young, right? He's in his 20s, right? If there's somebody who can challenge me and they're as gifted, and I know that I also enjoy interacting with them. We have a true relationship and not just a
Nyongoti bweka
No.
Relationships are very important.
Very important. For
when it
me,
comes to
it's
creativity,
what
yeah.
value can I add to you? What
And
value can you add to me? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Ndiye timalizise no. Timalizise.
Right.
Favorite football team?
Hey.
Pamene pacha. Kwandiuza kuti inonso ndaza mpira.
Koma timu yanga yakhala ikuluza pakatipa ndi atikang'antha. Hey. Malawi Malawi masangalala ano. Chifukwa ulo tsiku limene sindinapange post kanthu koma ndimangoona ku page kwanga kuja kuli ma comment osini kuti koma malume. Andipanga tag mwambirimbiri. Malume
mwaluza
mwakang'anthidwa. So my team in the world is Liverpool. Yeah.
Kumalawi kuno kuli timu itu favorite.
Ndikuyang'ana. Yeah. Ndikuyang'ana kuti ndione kuti kodi maule ikuchita bwino kapena noma ikuchita bwino nanga siri. Ikuchita bwino. Tsiku lina ndzasankha. Yeah.
Ndakumvani. Anakakhala kuti akupasani mpata.
Yeah.
To choose a Bible character that reflects you. Who would it be?
Hey, David.
Tisachedwa hivyo.
Ayi.
David.
Nditapolingalira. Mwina ndinakasankha kukhala Yona. Ndikaunikira za mimba mwasomba.
Waliya. Ndikatole miyala ndikaphe Goliath.
Yeah. David, I am courageous.
I can testify to that.
Right? Yeah. I am a soldier by myself. But I've also screwed up in life. Yeah. Times when I've seen my own decisions reflect badly. Yeah. But I love God a whole lot. Yeah. I love God and I'll not stop.
What is one thing you cannot live without?
Music.
Yeah. Facts. So, I want to know, kuti pali video ina yake tinasatulusa weweti ukakamba kuti pali anthu amandiyitana kukaimba mashow. Ndamandiuza kuti Mungu abwera opanda gitalayo. Ngati kuti gitalayo ikazimba kuti akachosa gitala ndachosa ulawi wako kuti ngati simukuifuna gitala ndenso sindibwera. Apo ningoitumiza gitalayo izayimbe yoka. So I want to see kuti panopa. If someone would book you to go and perform. What do they need to know?
Okay, so first of all, I am a full musician and I play with a band, right? The music that you hear when you listen to my records is music that has been played by different people in the studio. I want those people to be
there with you
when they're playing, when we are performing, right? Because some of the musicians that I play with, I've played with them for 15 years and more, right? So I want for that to reflect on the stage as well. These are great artists. They're guitarists, they're keyboardists, they're drummers. There's myself. I want for me to feel good whilst presenting my craft to you. And so you asking me to extract should not come from a position of lack. Don't ask me to come to perform at your event because you're broke and you're saying, please just come with your guitar. No, don't do that. Let me provide you with the direction on how we are going to make our presentation, because you dictating how I'm going to present my art, you're not in the right place. I am. I'm the one who knows how I can present something. Or let's say if it's a song and we're saying, if you say, for instance, would like for you to do an acoustic performance, that does not mean that you're going to pay any less from the value. You're going to pay the value of Lawi. However, we are going to perform an acoustic set. And by the way, if we say an acoustic set, does not mean that they wouldn't be guitar. Yeah, because there are also supporting components. that we need to always think of when we're doing the performance. Why? Because tsiku lina mudzamona Lawi akubangula ali ndi gitala yokha zinthu je sakumveka ngati mmene Lawi mamrani
Mamumverera.
and I'm not saying that I'm a bad performer, because believe you me, if you find me with my guitar, you know Lawi is performing there. But I don't want to perform like that. I'm not going to do that for you because you are paying me. No. That is something that I believe I can just give to the world as a gift, right? But for the integrity of my brand and what I need to give to the music always. And I'll add to say, the reason why I'll always perform with a band is because if music can pay me, then it should pay my guitarist.
Yeah.
Then it should pay my drummer. Then it should pay my pianist, right? It should pay my keyboardist, my percussionist, right? If I'm making a livelihood off of music, then you should do the same for others, right? So, inuyo ngati muli ku office kwanuko kuli a CEO, kuli HR, kuli finance, kuli ndani, inunso muli komweko, ndiye kuti industry yanuyo ikupanga support
Zimenezo.
ndiye inenso industry yanga kuli CEO amene ali Lawi,
iweyo
kuli ndani,
maechala ndani
aliyense onse ajanso akwena kuti akhale supported for livelihood yawo ikupanga depend on existence ya Lawiyo.
Yeah.
Right? So as a brand, I don't come half.
Ndibwera yonse fufu.
You get the whole experience.
Ngani ndidi?
Ndimene yoyo.
Apa siri kuchoseraso.
99.
But chani kwani?
99.
99 point chani?
Yeah.
Iwe. Chomaliza, amene ungafuna abwere panopa.
Kuti mudzacheze naye kuno.
Like who should be the next guest?
Ineyo nde wandifusa kale. Fusoloni na kuti ukundifusa fusoloni ndali yankha kale.
Yeah, ndiuze. Asina
Pastor David Kalirani. Abwere kuno. Ndipo as a matter of fact, ndidzafuse ndine mafuso udzachoka pa mpando wako ndidzacheza nawo ndine, no?
That would be nice. In fact, again, I think we should do something like
that. Right?
Please. That would be
yeah. Okay, so I just for his consideration, I would like to ask him about yes, about music, but I also like to ask him certain things about faith, about his leadership in the church and outside in the community, and his experience across the world regarding life, politics also, and faith, yeah, and in all things entertainment.
Thank you so much for coming through.
Right.
Ineyo ndingofuna kuti ndithokoze because I know the time that you have is not like, a lot of time, but you managed to come through.
Unaona kuti anthu akatenga bread atakumuja bread choncho.
Muja bread.
Opanda stoko. Kapena opanda peanut butter. Chifukwa bread uja ophikawo anali ncholinga chonena kuti pamene amixapo ndikuti akakoma pamenepo. Tsono alipo ena amene kuti akumatikepo chani?
Peanut.
Ndezi memupanga.
Ndasiya.
Izizi zinali bwino. Ineyo ndasangala kuti munandiyitana. Ndasangala kuno. Ndasangala nanu. Komanso I'm hoping kuti zonse zimene takambirana anthu ena akapezapo zopindulitsa.
True say.
Yeah.
Shout out. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in to the next episode, to this episode where we were talking to Lawi. So many things have been discussed. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow us on all these other pages. These episodes are made possible by the Za Nyimbo crew, and we're looking forward to have another guest next week. Hope you get tuned in every Friday. Don't forget, it comes out, and big shout out to homies like PKs on the camera and everyone else who is in the behind the scenes, Ajina YEC, and everyone else who makes it possible. Until the next one, peace and love.